Should we be eating more vegetable oils? It's kind of an uncomfortable question to even ask, but a new study that was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition seems to suggest that. But let's unpack it before we get too excited here. I'm Dr. Brett Scher, the medical director at DietDoctor.com. One of our main focuses at Diet Doctor is to be completely honest and transparent and really evaluate the evidence for what it is and not get caught up in our own sort of echo chamber or cognitive bias, our just believing our own biases. And I have to be honest, when I saw this article saying that, basically concluding that vegetable oils were associated with lower death and lower cardiovascular events and lower cardiovascular death, my first response was, okay, how can I pick this apart? Because I don't believe it. But that's not really being scientifically honest, right? To have scientific integrity, we need to evaluate the evidence for the sake of the evidence without being caught up in our biases. So I had to take a step back and say, okay, let's look at this again. Now, for me personally, I've got to be honest. I don't care what a study says about vegetable oils. I don't eat much of them, and I'm not going to. All I have to do is see a video of how vegetable oils or seed oils are made in a factory with heat and solvents and bleach, and it goes against my philosophy of eating minimally processed whole foods. So if that's the case for you too, you probably don't need to watch more of this video. But if you're actually curious, is there evidence to suggest that vegetable oils are harmful or beneficial for us? This study adds a little light to that. Now, this is a big study. It was a meta-analysis of multiple observational trials. So over 800,000 people included. It's a lot of people. But the quality of the evidence is still very low. It's food frequency questionnaires, it's observational studies with healthy user bias and confounding variables that we've talked about many times before, and the relative risks are very small. So when you talk about does it prove cause and effect, the answer is absolutely not. But what they found was a very small reduction in the people who ate the most vegetable oil compared to the least vegetable oil, and they used linoleic acid as their surrogate. Basically, that's what they measured specifically, that for their omega-6 vegetable oil. And those who ate the most had a slightly reduced risk of overall all-cause mortality and cardiovascular mortality. So again, does this prove that eating more of these vegetable oils and seed oils are beneficial for your health? Absolutely not. The study like this cannot prove this. But if we're being intellectually honest, we have to ask ourselves, could it be that they are universally harmful and dangerous for us if a study like this shows that those eating more died less, or those eating more had less heart disease? So that question is the more interesting question scientifically, and we have to be open to the fact that these are not harmful to everybody in the general population based on this study. Clearly, there are going to be some people who don't tolerate it. Clearly, there are going to be some people who just don't care. But for the general population, maybe our advice to avoid them is a little overstated. There are plenty of mechanistic reasons why vegetable oils and industrial seed oils seem like they could be harmful. Potential oxidation and inflammation. Could they, lead to cancer? Could they lead to insulin resistance? There are lots of mechanistic concerns. But studies like this don't support that. And this is what's so interesting about science, right? When you have this sort of contradiction, what do you do? What do you believe? Well, again, my conclusion is easy. Stick to minimally processed whole foods, and you don't even have to worry about it. But if you're out in a restaurant and they're cooking with, an omega-6 vegetable oil, all right, maybe it's not the end of the world if it's a rare occasion for you as an individual, okay? But you shouldn't be going out of your way to eat more of it. A couple other tips, and we actually have a vegetable oil guide on our website. And at the very end, we have 5 tips here about don't buy them, limit your vegetable oil intake to maybe just mayonnaise and salad dressing, and substitute with quality oils when eating out. It's okay to ask people to cook it in butter or coconut oil instead of vegetable oils. That's perfectly reasonable. Cut out the baked goods and snacks. And here's another big point. Where are the vegetable oils coming from, right? Is it a salad dressing on a nice healthy salad with steak and lots of vegetables, or is it in processed foods? That makes a big difference too, obviously, because those are full of vegetable oils, and those are the ones you want to avoid. But here's another one. If you have to eat them, choose high oleic varieties. So some, like there's high oleic safflower oil, sunflower oil, and canola oil that are 70% monounsaturated fat. So if you're going to specifically look for some that have that higher oleic acid content. So I'd be curious to hear what you think. I mean, this was a little bit of a, personally uncomfortable position to take because I'm not going to eat more vegetable oils. I don't think they're healthy, but I can't support that based on this study. That's on my personal beliefs and how I think we should be eating. So let me know what you think. All right, go to dietdoctor.com to see our full vegetable oil guide. Click subscribe below so you'll get more updates on all our videos here on our YouTube channel. Have a great day.